महीने से सो रही ईडी को जगाया गया। जागो जागो, अरे कुछ तो करो, कैसे ये बाहर आ जाएगा। ठीक जमानत की सुनवाई के एक दिन पहले ईडी पहुंच जाती है और गिरफ्तार कर लेती है मनीष सिसोदिया जी को।
We have seen the manner in which the power was abused of being a minister inside jail, and today all those allegations made by various entities have been put in front of a high-level committee, and the committee too has said that prima facie these allegations seem to be true and there must be a detailed investigation. The Tihar jail, which is controlled by the Aam Aadmi Party government, was allowed to become a VVIP massage and Vasuli center. These questions must be answered by Mr. Kejriwal and his government.
All right, let me cut across to our guest, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson Reena Gupta joining us. Reena, I'm going to cut across to you before we're waiting for Rajiv Babar, the spokesperson of the BJP, to join in as yet. But until then, why don't you take us through the allegations that are mounting on Manish Sisodia? You're the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister, your party chief, who's mired in allegations of corruption, almost ripping off this image that the AAP had of being an anti-corruption crusader. Now, I mean, I'm expecting your answer. You're going to say this is false allegation, but it appears that the ED has substantial information to get Sisodia's custody for the next 7 days.
Nabila, there is no evidence because there is no scam. If you look at the original charge sheet, the supplemental charge sheet, there are no, Manish Sisodia's name does not even feature in the two charge sheets. For 1 year, both ED and CBI have been investigated him. They have raided his house, his locker, his village, his office, taken away all his computers. Not a shred of evidence. There has been no quid pro quo. There has been no money trail.
There has been no money trail. That's exactly what is missing. Apart from that, there's been several discrepancies, admissions by several witnesses who claim that Manish Sisodia was the one who agreed to dilute the policy to benefit some of the liquor licensees. One of them comes the secretary itself of Kejriwal and Sisodia. So it appears that the ED has something solid to why they're pursuing this case. They're in fact tracing back the links to South Cartel, a bunch of people from the South who have come in, paid kickbacks to the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia at the helm, and with internal understanding with a southern leader called K. Kavita, BRS Neta, and he have rolled out this policy just to earn commission. This is what the ED says. Of course, it needs to be investigated and proven, but this is enough and more admission from many of the witnesses who've been arrested.
See, the justice and the court of law does not work on allegations, and it does not work on hearsay. It does not work on what Bharatiya Janata Party is saying. They have been hounding us since the time the people of Delhi elected us. And there have been cases against all our leaders, all our MLAs, Nabila. You know that you've been covering us for a long time. But in all of those cases, most of our leaders have been let go because this is all a vendetta politics. And I'll tell you why. Because Aam Aadmi Party and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal are the only people that have not fallen prey to Operation Lotus. 211 MLAs of various parties have joined Bharatiya Janata Party. Not a single MLA of Aam Aadmi Party or any Parshad of Delhi MCD has joined Bharatiya Janata Party. And that is the reason that you will see more and more
the moment a corrupt Neta turns to the BJP, jumps ship, he becomes clean and pure. That's what you're trying to indicate.
Not only that, Nabila, not only that. A few days ago, when there were elections in the Northeast, Mr. Amit Shah was over there saying that Conrad Sangma is very corrupt. Sabse bhrasht neta hai. Now the elections are over and now they're in alliance with Mr. Conrad Sangma. So now Mr. Sangma is not corrupt anymore. The BJP MLA...
Yeah, we heard you loud and clear. Rajiv Babar, the spokesperson of the BJP, joining us. If I can ask my director to play out the visuals that we saw of the BJP protesting out on the streets today, water cannons being used to disperse them, they were detained. Why don't you, Mr. Rajiv Babar, explain to us the kind of protests that you all unleashed on the streets of Delhi today, demanding Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's resignation. Why do you ask for that?
See, first of all, I just want to give the reply to Reena ji about the vendetta politics she was talking. I just want to give you one example. She will understand better Vendetta politics is when 80 policemen came to Delhi from Punjab to arrest Tejinder Bagga for alleged, they said that he has placed some posters which were not up to the mark. And 80 policemen came from Punjab police to arrest him in Delhi without taking permission of Delhi police. That is called vendetta politics. So they should not talk about...
You did the same to Pawan Khera of the Congress. You flew all the way, the police flew all the way from Assam to Delhi without the Delhi police's, without intimidating the...
Aam spokesperson was telling this, so I thought that I must reply on this, and I know they don't have any reply on this. First of all, today we demanded resignation of Arvind Kejriwal because ultimately this all corruption happened under his able leadership, because he designed everything and Manish Sisodia, he executed everything. So we are saying, why only Sisodia? Why not Kingpin? We should catch him because he directed this corruption. He designed it because he was keen.
Kejriwal.
He was
But where is the corruption?
Let me take that. Reena, Arvind Kejriwal is a kingpin. This is what he says. Arvind Kejriwal is a kingpin. Without Kejriwal's blessings, a policy of such nature would not have been rolled out.
Arvind Kejriwal is a very smart operator. No signature, no responsibility, no department, but he is chief minister.
So you're saying Arvind Kejriwal threw Manish Sisodia under the bus?
Yes, of course. That is what. That is the reality.
Right.
And
Reena, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I want to respond. Nabila, so if we were to take the same corollary, then in case of the Vyapam scam, in case of Suvendu Adhikari, Hemanta Vishwa Sharma, Nishank Pokhriyal, Yedurappa, then should we say that Prime Minister Modi is the kingpin? Because these are all people who have been accused in scams, and these are the people that Bharatiya Janata Party called corrupt. I did not call Hemanta
Madam,
Vishwa
please try
Sharma
to understand. I am talking about a chief minister and deputy chief minister.
Sticking posters,
Don't give example
calling
which doesn't
him
fit.
Pani Chor. And then he joins Bharatiya Janata Party and he becomes the chief minister.
And
all of these chief ministers have done thousands and thousands of crores.
Rajiv, we heard you, Reena, but my question to Rajiv here, Rajiv, the kind of protests you all launched today in Delhi asking for Arvind Kejriwal to step down, is this really a fight against corruption of the BJP? If it was a fight against corruption, then one would imagine that that even corrupt BJP leaders would also be investigated. All their corruption cases are still pending. There doesn't seem to be that kind of enthusiasm by the central agencies to investigate BJP netas involved in corruption. Cases still pending.
I think we can separately debate on that also, but please try to understand what is our viewpoint. BJP on record, you can check from record, when they introduced this policy, we made an official film also and released on social media, and that's on record, on an official handle, where we said that this policy seems to be, it is actually intending to get some money because they are just calling.
All right. So
the wholesalers
to that
Delhi.
point, just to remind Rajiv Babar, just
one point.
Okay.
The same policy is being implemented in Punjab, and the revenue in Punjab has gone up by 40%.
Janata Party
The same policy is being implemented in Punjab.
All right. Allow Rajiv to make his point. Yeah, go on, Rajiv.
I just want to add one line that Bharatiya Janata Party protested against this policy at the time of introduction of the policy, when there was no CBI, no ED, nothing. Because they designed a policy where a successful policy was going on. 60% shops were with the government vendors, 40% was with the private, and from 15 years it was running properly. They designed at the time of Punjab election to get money. That's the issue. And they bought wholesalers. They bought the businessmen
so
from
Rajiv, I fully agree that this has to be investigated. You can't, governments cannot think that if they're in power, they can pull off a scam of such kind and get away with it. The central agencies are watching. The question again comes down to Why only the opposition netas? Isn't anyone else within the
Can you name
BJP corrupt? There are
one
so many
BJP
pending
leader
cases
who's
of
behind bars?
corruption against BJP netas.
No,
Why
no, no,
are they
no.
Rajiv
untouched?
Babar, can you
That
name one
raises
BJP leader
questions.
who's
But
behind
but
bars?
anyway, we can go round and round on the
all
same
have seen.
point. Rajiv, just a question. The lawyer, in fact, the Manish Sisodia's counsel in court today said that there were multiple layers of permissions that were taken, approvals that were taken. Finally, the policy went to the Delhi LG. LG did not flag off the 12% profit margin hike. Why did the LG fail to flag off that lacune in the policy?
So that's very they are very sharp, offenders. Please try to understand. Now the question is, the policy which was finalized, they have changed the clauses of those policies which was already finalized. That's a
Which
crime.
clause have we changed? Please tell me.
Please try to understand. I will.
Please name the clause.
Just listen to me.
Please name the clause, Mr.
Everybody
Babar. Don't
understand.
come here and
Everybody
shoot and
understand.
scoot.
Reena ji,
You have to
I
name
will
the
listen to you.
clause.
Please listen to me.
It is a
Reena
very
ji, I
good
will listen to
policy.
you.
The same policy is being
Reena ji, just let
implemented
me
in
finish.
Punjab,
Reena ji,
and the
But
revenue of
Ms.
Punjab government
Ms.
has gone
Reena,
up by
just because you've
40%.
implemented the
Please
same
give me a
policy
minute.
in Punjab does not mean it
Let
wasn't
me finish.
with corrupt
Let me
intentions.
finish.
It doesn't mean
Let
that you
me
may not
finish,
have
ma'am.
received
But
kickbacks.
it also doesn't mean
But
that was a
Sindel,
corrupt policy. You talk to any
I
excise
want to add.
expert, they will tell
Then
you
there is
it
no
was a
point of debate. You
wonderful
are not allowing me
policy.
to speak.
It was a
There
progressive
were 10
policy.
phones that
allowing
were
me to
destroyed,
speak.
Ms.
Has
Reena.
no business
The
to
ED
raise
has
the line.
evidence of 10 phones that have been destroyed, 10 SIM cards that have been destroyed. The reasons and a justification to that is still missing. There are many questions posed to Sisodia which he hasn't answered. They're not being able to fill in
He's
the gaps.
answering every
This will lead to a
question.
lot of questions
Just
about
need 1 minute.
your
Answering every
intent.
question. He has been cooperating. But you
Cooperating,
can't expect
being
Mr.
present
Sisodia to
and
rise
cooperating
that
does
I am
not mean
corrupt
he's
and
cooperating.
give
He's
you
got to
an
answer
affidavit.
questions. You can't stay mum when questions are being asked. That's not cooperating.
He has answered every question, Nabila. He's answered every question. He's been cooperating for more than a year. But when you have not been able to establish any money trail, you have not named in the charge
You
sheet.
do not need
This
a
is-
money trail for the ED to probe
course,
money laundering
you need a
charges.
money
No, you
trail. Where's
don't.
the
No, you
corruption
don't.
then?
The
Then you
draft
are
of the
just-
policy
it's just
draft itself,
hearsay.
the way
It's
with
just
which the
hearsay.
policy was
His
drafted
name
and
is not
communication
even in the
exchanges is
charge
enough
sheet.
for the ED to investigate. They don't need a money trail to initiate investigation.
See, what is happening, that is the reason why the conviction rate of ED is less than 1%. Because there are no cases, you are just picking up leaders that you are scared of. And you go around the country, you pick up opposition leaders, you put them behind bars. And once the case is tried in the court of law, you have zero evidence, you have zero you've not been able to establish any culpability, and that is the reason why everybody is then let go.
All right, Rajiv, you heard
process
Reena,
becomes
and
a
she's not the
punishment.
only one. Several opposition leaders say that ED, IT, CBI reach an election-bound state even before Prime Minister Modi himself. This is how much the central agencies are controlled. Also, out of 5,800 cases of corruption against the opposition leaders, merely 23 have been convicted.
So let me first answer Reena ji very respectfully. She said that we don't have any proof. Just take the recordings, what they were talking at the time of Satinder Jain. And they are saying that our leaders are cooperating. How Satinder Jain lost his memory when he went to jail? This is all dramebaji, what they are doing. Try to understand. Arvind Kejriwal was given same stereotype reply. Arvind Kejriwal was giving Bharat Ratan to Satinder Jain. And Satinder Jain is not detained by Bharatiya Janata Party. They have gone to all courts. They have gone to all, even Supreme Court. They have not got relieved. You are saying there is nothing? And Satinder Jain is there in the jail from last 9 months because without any reason. Are you giving this argument? And the same thing I am telling you in the case of Sisodia ji, respectable Sharab Mantri. उन्होंने जो policy में decided policy, they have changed the decided policy, which was the paper. They have given 140 crore rupees of discount and there is no proper approval was done. That's a question. They have given
Mr.
33
Rajiv
crore.
Babar, you have
So
given
this is the
200
reason.
crores of discount in
And that
MCD
proves that they have done a
because
corruption. So
post-COVID,
they have to try to
the vendor said that there was a loss of revenue and they went to court. The court said that this has to be waived
Madam,
off.
tell me
The
why
same
they
way
have
you
given
have waived off in
140
MCD.
crore rupees of
Please don't pick
discount,
up things
which was
from here
not there
and
in the
there and
tender.
out of context, quote them
You
on a
have
TV
any answer?
program. The
Of
bottom
144
line is
crore
you
rupees of
have not
discount?
been able to
No, you
establish
don't have
any
any answer.
evidence.
You know,
There is no
You don't have any
corruption.
answer.
You are just
You are
scared
giving
of the growing
benefit
popularity
to
of
liquor
Aam
play
Aadmi
and
Party.
not
to
saying that
just
we have
ask my director to play up visuals of K. Kavita today at Jantar Mantar. Both are Reena and Rajiv. I'm sure you took note of what happened in Jantar Mantar today with K. Kavita, BRS Neta, KCR's daughter, who's also accused in this Delhi liquor gate. She protested on a noble cause on women's reservation bill, but the number of opposition parties that joined in, this was nothing less than a show of strength. Ahead of 2024, these kind of images cropping up a lot more, corruption cases being investigated against opposition leaders a lot more. How would you read this image that we see of Kavita here just a day before she's got to attend before the Enforcement Directorate? Rajiv.
The point is that I think her party has taken a call and they are doing demonstration. I have nothing to say in that. But the point is, if I do something, see, please try to understand. If I do something, in my party that doesn't allow me to go away from ED, if somebody has done corruption and there are photographs with the the culprits or with the people who have taken commission and there are sting operations, they have to reply. So Kavita ji should come to ED and reply. And I just want to tell you, everybody, we have seen the history. What happened when agency called our Prime Minister when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat? He went there, he cooperated with the agencies and he fought in the court and finally he got clean chit. So if they are confident that they are very clean, they will get that clean chit from court now. But the point is, in this Sharab Gotala,
Reena,
few things are
we heard you, Rajiv. Reena, don't you have faith in the judiciary? Let me ask Reena on that. Reena, do you have faith in our judiciary?
Of
I
course,
am
we are.
giving benefit to somebody where I am
And-
not relative. What is my interest? I have to explain. And I am giving
Right.
140 crore rupees of government revenue.
No, we heard you. Reena, but my question to you, you may call this a witch hunt, but do you have faith in our judiciary?
I have full faith in the judiciary and I'm 100% sure I can say on your program that both of these leaders will be given a clean chit because there is no scam.
Good
But
spirit.
this is the toolkit of Bharatiya Janata Party, that the process becomes the punishment. It takes a year to reach the Supreme Court and finally we'll get bail from the Supreme Court. But to get there, it'll take us 1 year. And by this time, what you've done is you're just trying to ruin the reputation of very good leaders. These are leaders who've
Are
done.
you giving clean chit to Satyendra Jain, please, on the same channel?
United
Are
Nations.
you giving
Last
clean
time
chit to Satyendra Jain?
Janata Party did
Madam,
was
Well, they
my
have.
respected
That's
spokesperson, Aam
besides
Aadmi
the
Party
question,
leader
Rajiv.
ji,
The Aam Aadmi
are
Party
you
has
giving
given a
clean
clean
chit
chit
to
to
Satyendra
Satyen.
Jain?
They have. What's there to ask? It's their Neta. They, as a party, they have given him a clean chit. They've given Manish Sisodia a clean chit. Why will they, even if they're corrupt, why will anyone admit it until maybe the agencies prove that? But Reena, the images, again, I'd like to cut across to K. Kavita. K. Kavita is also the accused. She's known to be the face of the South cartel, named in the charge sheet. She protested in Jantar Mantar. Aam Aadmi Party also, Netas were part of this protest. What would you call this? Is this a show of strength of the opposition, showing your unity ahead of 2024?
Nabila, she's protesting there for a very good cause.
Sure.
I was there, I was supporting her. This is
absolutely, but let's not forget the optics of it.
This is something that Bharatiya Janata Party has been writing in their manifesto, women's reservation bill. But if it was Adani reservation bill, then they would have, of course, gone ahead and done it. They don't want to give reservation to women, but they're very happy giving all the wealth of this country away to Adani. So this is a very noble cause which Bharatiya Janata Party has always said that they will do once they come to power. Now they are in power in Lok Sabha and in Rajya Sabha. Then why aren't they passing the women reservation bill? It's high time that we have the women reservation bill.
Rajiv wants to respond to that.
So, madam doesn't know that what Bharatiya Janata Party is doing. I just want to tell you that in this country, GDP has improved because of the good governance, and
About women,
also we
Bhai
39
Saab.
kilometer. We are our name is in Guinness Book. We are making 39-kilometer highway per day. Earlier it was 2 kilometers. So don't try to change the topic. We are working on development, and we are winning elections also on development.
The only
Northeast, which was North,
development for
Northeast, and you know
West
earlier you were saying
Okay.
that
and
BJP
away
wins
Mr. Adani.
election on EVM. When you
They-
won Punjab, then you change your stand.
Okay.
So this
Rajiv,
party
we
has
heard
no
you.
stand, no
Reena,
ideology.
since
So
the
they just
allegation
talk like
is
this
against your
without
neta, I'd
any
like a
reason.
final word
It's
from you.
actually,
Will
I
you
can say
gracefully
one.
accept the investigation, allow the legal investigation to take its course instead of crying foul? If you have faith in our judiciary, will you gracefully allow the investigation to complete rather than painting a picture?
The investigation is going on, Nabila, and we have been cooperating. But what is the reason to keep Mr. Manish Sisodia behind bars?
Do you think that this is going to hamper your 2024 ambitions?
So let him come home, and he has promised that he will cooperate in every other way, which he has been.
Will this dent your 2024 ambitions?
No, absolutely not. The whole country is seeing that Mr. Modi has not delivered on his promises. And that is the reason why he's so scared that he's putting all the opposition leaders behind bars. This is an emergency situation, and we know what happened after emergency.
You call this an emergency?
Exactly.
It's
So-
an emergency
so- so-
situation, Rajiv. Sorry, we're really short on time.
So
But
just one.
yeah, okay. 10 seconds. Okay, that's it. My director has decided. But thank you very much, both our panelists, for joining us. Manish Sisodia sent to 7-day custody of the Enforcement Directorate. K. Kavita will be before the Enforcement Directorate tomorrow. It remains to be seen where the investigation is headed. We're going to continue tracking those developments. Thank you for watching.
The Liquorgate fire is spreading from Delhi to Telangana. The Enforcement Directorate is set to question K. Kavita on Saturday. Kavita, BRS leader and daughter of Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, was to appear before the ED on Thursday, but had requested a fresh date. Facing charges of corruption in the alleged Liquorgate scam, Kavita unleashed a series of attacks on the Narendra Modi government.
फ्रेंडली उनके जितने भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज होते हैं उन पे कोई रेड नहीं होता है। फ्रेंडली उनके जितने भी बिजनेस हाउसेस हैं उन पे कोई रेड नहीं होता है। उन सब के लिए तो 7 खून माफ़ हो जाते हैं। अब अदानी जी ले लीजिए, बाकी बहुत लोग हैं, उन पे तो कुछ नहीं होता है। और आज तो इतना चर्चा है पूरे देश भर में